Headline New York Times. House passes bill to force TikTok sale from Chinese owner or ban the app. The legislation received wide bipartisan support, with both Republicans and Democrats showing an eagerness to appear tough on China. Just a few things about this at the top. One, yes, this is 1000% about Israel. Two, it's not only about Israel, it's about basically kneecapping any competition to Silicon Valley from China. And three, this is exactly like Felix, you got this exactly right. This is what Democrats do when thousands of people are dying.
Yeah.
Is, like they'll ban the Juul pod, and now they're banning TikTok.
Yeah, when the first water wars start happening, that's when Democrats are going to start banning Zyn pouches.
I think Schumer's already trying to ban Zyn pouches in New York.
He's going to wait for the perfect moment. He's going to wait for a new version of the bubonic plague to come back.
he's going to wait for the atmospheric ignition over Manhattan and for a Russian H-bomb before announcing the Zyn ban taking effect.
I just this one was, they've clearly wanted to do this for a while, but it was very obviously they took it off the back burner because of Israel.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
But the thing that made me laugh with all of this was just the normal people, not people who work for a senator or a congressman, not people who work for the state, just normal stupid people being do you really want China knowing your email address?
Yes, I do.
It's first of all, yes. But second of all, let's say TikTok is completely curated by the Chinese government, 100%. I would like that way better than any existing news source.
Yes.
That's way better than anything that currently exists.
They have a better TikTok than us. They actually regulate theirs.
Yeah.
Theirs doesn't drive everyone insane. We should be stealing their TikTok technologies and applying them here. It's hard not to see this too this isn't obviously the main reason, but this is the gerontocracy vote.
Yeah.
This is every single politician is over 80 years old and has one word that drives them into a maddening rage.
They start attacking the walls or something as soon as they hear TikTok. But Alex, to your point, Nancy Pelosi said on the floor of the House, quote,
"This is not an attempt to ban TikTok. It's an attempt to make TikTok better. Tic-tac-toe. A winner. A winner."
Ooh, she was spitting fire. But I guarantee you, Pelosi and her husband have just bought huge positions in the Steve Mnuchin group that's going to now step up and said he wants to buy TikTok if they force this deal to go through. So yeah, and Nancy Pelosi is about to make a killing from the TikTok-toe app that her grandchildren love so much. And then the other thing I want to mention about this is I saw this clip from 60 Minutes from this Sunday where, I shit you not, they spoke to a former U.S. intelligence operative whose name is Klon Kitchen. Klon Kitchen says, imagine you wake up tomorrow morning and you saw a news report that China had distributed 100 million sensors around the United States. That's precisely what TikTok is. And
I don't care, Klon. Shut the fuck up. I love it. Imagine if China knew when you taped Criminal Minds. I don't care. Shut up.
Yeah. No, they know I watched Moneyball across 150 videos recently.
Yeah. Imagine if the Chinese government knew you were watching Money Plane starring Kelsey Grammer.
Well, it's okay. The obvious point is, every American-owned social media network is absolutely spying on you, not just for the U.S. government, but for other corporations that are other American corporations that they absolutely sell your data to. But also, what the fuck could the Chinese government do if they were spying on me? My social credit score would jump through the ceiling if they overheard all the conversations I'm having about how great President Xi is. But also, it's this is just doing what every U.S. social media company does. But apparently, if China knows about what funny videos I'm watching, that's somehow a national security threat. No, this is just about they can't stand to see the Chinese winning, and so they have to make it about they have to make the inscrutable mandarins who own this company are. And also, let's be honest, TikTok is spreading anti-Semitism. By allowing IDF soldiers to post on it. So that if they shut that down, I think we could shut down a lot of the anti-Semitism problems that their app is purported to be the cause of.
Yeah, I think that's fair. What if the Congress is just worried that like too many kids are self-diagnosing as having ADHD, and that's what they're trying to shut down?
There's an Adderall shortage. We can't maintain this app.
And then also, like, for the Democrats to go into an election where they are hemorrhaging the votes of young people to make a big part of their campaign, banning everyone's favorite social media app or selling it to Steve Mnuchin. But you know what? I think the Mnuchin TikTok is going to be even better.
It really does have the vibe of like, we can sense you're mad at us, so you're also grounded.
Yeah.
Joe Biden, enjoy Reels.
It also strikes me as one of those things where, like, okay, let's say, like, okay, it's owned and operated entirely by the Chinese government. Let's just say that. Okay, we'll pretend all of that is true. Everything that's left is like what? It's Twitter, which is just like gore videos
And not to
gore
mention
videos
owned by the
like
Saudis, not the Chinese.
yeah, owned by the Saudis. Facebook, which is a known quantity just as far as like driving everyone over 50 insane. And it like, doesn't this strike you as the type of thing that, like, if it really gets banned and they get rid of it 5 years from now, the culture will be even worse because those are the only ones left for Americans, and they'll be like, huh, who could have predicted?
It'll be very similar, but we won't know how to dance anymore.
Yeah.
And also, as other people have pointed out, like the language of this law basically like establishes that the government can just, like, I don't know, like, censor any media corporation owned by a, quote, foreign adversary. Okay, who counts as a foreign adversary? We'll determine that later, but I can't imagine, for instance, Donald Trump doing anything. And by the way, Donald Trump is supporting TikTok, and I saw the Democrats being like, no, actually, it was actually, what's her name? Nikki Haley saying, Joe Biden is the only one who's getting tough on China. And, let's see if we can get 0 people under the age of 40 to vote for Joe Biden this election.
Maybe Trump will join TikTok. That'll be an interesting development.
That could be
this.
a big boon for
Yeah.
all of us.
I would love that.
It's the last thing I need.
You know, like how Francesca Scorsese puts her dad on TikTok all the time, like at the Oscars. Like, I want to see little behind the scenes glimpses of Donald Trump at the golf course, at the buffet, at the,
Aaron asking Trump, like, which of the senators give him the ick.
Did you see what Fetterman said about this?
No.
He pretty funny. He said it's a no-brainer to ban TikTok. Which, I wouldn't use that term if I were him, but yeah.
You should just leave the word brain out of his vocabulary.
Yeah.
Just for safety.
Let's leave his brain out of his skull as well. Shit, I lost my train of thought.
You think about John Fetterman getting head. That's what I was. Yeah.
He's getting brain.
It was very distracting for me.
I shouldn't have tweeted that.
I'm gonna get my stuff. When I get my stuff sucked. Sorry, sucked. When I get my stuff sucked, it helps with my pression. My pression gets better when you sunk.
You shouldn't have done it on that
you
roof.
sunk on my shit. Braddock has one basketball hoop. Let's say Braddock.